You used to spawn into DayZ with nothing. Now you spawn in with stuff. Not a lot, but it's better than a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. First thing you want to do, get rid of this thing. Inventory management is a main priority here. We need only the good stuff. Nothing but the good stuff. Make sure you pick up a weapon as soon as possible because that's something you're going to need. Now, I picked up a shovel here, but you do also have the option of axes like splitting axe, fire axe, a hatchet. You can also pick up a metal pipe or a crowbar, something like that, but I do prefer having a shovel or an axe because they're more useful in the long run. Second thing to think about is going to be upgrading your clothing to something with more capacity. Ideally military loot, given that the green color is going to help a lot more with camouflage in most of Shinaris' environment. When transferring gear between pieces of clothing, when you pick up or put down an object, I like to swap items in my inventory before picking up an item, so that way if I engage in a firefight at this moment, I still have my stuff if I have to run. Now that you've filled your inventory up, grab yourself a backpack. The first one you find is still better than none. Pick that guy up, but keep in mind that there are many different types of backpacks out there. Here you see me swapping out for a green mountain backpack, and this guy is, very nice for a couple of reasons. Now, let's get into backpacks and many different types of backpacks that exist in DayZ, because they're one of the best ways to carry your gear, most important thing to have. Here I got lucky with a mountain backpack, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes there are better options than the Talon backpack though, like the improvised courier bag, which you can make yourself, or a dry bag that's still going to spawn in civilian areas and you don't have to run to military sites to get it. One of the best civilian backpacks is the hunting backpack, something people covet. There are, however, better options than this. Once you get to the military area, you can start grabbing things like Alice backpack, which has the highest capacity in the game but a very big profile. The assault backpack, which tends to be a very middle of the ground backpack, very high capacity and pretty small profile. You also have the option of the combat backpack, which is slightly better when it comes to waterproofing and keeps your things dry, but doesn't have as much capacity as the other two. Also, when you are in the combat zone, in the headspace of a soldier, and you want to wear a ghillie suit, remember, ghillie suits take your backpack slot. Well, we've gotten that out of the way, and I'm not even going to get started on vests. There's lots of different types of vests. Pick up different types of vests, but we're going to go into inventory management. Organizing your inventory properly is vital for your easy survival in DayZ. I make sure when I organize my gear to keep my food in my backpack and out of the way, in its own separate section. I also try and keep utility items in my backpack, except when it comes to a firearm-based item, then I move it to either my jacket or my pants or my vest, as well as things like knives and bandages. Here you'll see me split the bandages into 2 stacks for a specific reason. If I get shot in the chest, and I have bandages in my chest gear, I don't want that to be damaged to the point that I can't bandage properly in the middle of a firefight and end up bleeding out because of it. If you were paying attention, you'll notice I skipped a can of soda back there. It's because I'm looking for a PET bottle. Now here I'm going to find one, and I could also be picking up a canteen, but the PET bottle does take up less space in the inventory. Depending on how you want to play the game, you might want to carry canteens, you might want to carry a bottle. Now here's a screen grab of JCon72's inventory from his video, They Never Saw Me. Here I'm going to point out that he's carrying some things he doesn't need to be carrying, but he's also carrying his inventory in a very manageable way. On the right side you can see in his BDU jacket he has a pair of brass knuckles. Don't know why he's carrying those, they do not actually do much more compared to say a knife. I would drop those, but other than that, inventory management's good. He's keeping his magazines and ammo separate and organized. He's keeping open spaces. I would, however, organize the bullets to give more vertical space, as most items in the game are vertical. Now the poor sod he's just killed has good inventory management as well, with the food in the hunter's backpack, his water bottles and ammo in his vest, his hunter's jacket holding his sewing kits, and overall pretty managed. I'd do things differently, but I'm not him, because I didn't get shot. This inventory right here is actually my inventory, and I will admit there are things I could have done better here, like using the combat knife I have there to chop the bags into strips to save space. Ammo is organized in a rough patch. I know I do also have more bandages in this screen grab outside of the screen grab, so there's a reason I have a full stack in one area. I also do have an issue here with the way my gear slots are set up, but that's likely because I was looting. It is a bit hectic. but I can tell you that it is organized well enough. In the moment, I understand where things are. If I got on a week later and the character was still alive, I might be a little confused. Last inventory I'm going to touch on here is this absolute nightmare. I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't make any sense at all. The dude might have just been grabbing things and just stuffing them in his bag, looking for things when he needs them. You do not want your inventory to look like this. Unless someone's shooting at you, you know you're going to die, and you want to fuck with them a little bit because you know there are people around who are going to kill them as well. Screw your inventory up then, but if your inventory looks like this when I kill you, I'm going to laugh. It's appalling. Fix this. With all that being said, I hope you enjoy this, survivors. Your inventory management is completely up to you. Do it the way you want to, whatever is comfortable to you. Just remember, watch backs out there at those drinking fountains, pick up a good knife, and I hope to see you in DayZ 1.0.